Hi, my name is Holly and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I do is I share anonymous diary entries that my subscribers and followers and whoever else sends in. That is why my channel is called Dear Diary. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A about the project and also things about myself. Let's get into it. The first question is, how do you submit a diary entry? You send it to my email, and my email is always in the description of, I think, every single video I've posted here on YouTube. You can send in whatever you want. It can be a story, more of like a story time. It can be a rant. It can be just thoughts about your deepest struggles. It can be your darkest secrets. It can be anything. When I do share an entry, I replace all places, names. I always end the diaries with sincerely and then a random initial. Sometimes it's the first letter of their name, sometimes it's not, so you really never know. But it is anonymous, that's the important thing. If you don't want to look in the description for whatever reason, the email is submitdeardiary@gmail.com. Someone asked, how many emails do you currently have? Let's check. 15,521. Yeah. Another person asked, will you get help with making the videos? I'm in the process of that right now. Does it get overwhelming with all the emails you receive? It does, sometimes, because obviously I can't share them all fast enough. I'm still sharing ones from August. Not that I go in order, but sometimes I'll just pick one from August and then I'll go back to like right now or from November or whatever. But it can get overwhelming just because I want to help every single person and I can't, which is why I'm doing things like making the group chats, encouraging people to give support through the comments, stuff like that, so you guys as a community can support each other. Someone asked, can you post my diary thing I sent you? A lot of people asked this one just because they really want theirs to be posted. Obviously, I'm assuming if you send it, you're wanting it to be posted. The thing is, I am doing my best. And even if you personally talk to me and ask me to post yours, I'm not going to go in my email and like hunt yours down. I don't even look at the names when I choose entries. I don't even look at the email because it's not even important. So I don't hunt down certain ones because then I would be prioritizing others over others, and that's just wrong. I'm sticking to my random selection thing. It's the most fair and it makes the most sense. What's the first thing you notice about a person? This is a really interesting question. I encourage all of you to think about this. Probably how genuine they are, and I think this also pairs with how humble they are. I definitely notice humility in people and pride. If someone's super fake, that's the first thing I notice. If someone's super prideful, that's the first thing I notice. But also it goes the other way too. If they're super real and they're super humble, I notice that right off the bat and I'm like, you're a really good person. Because that's the quality I value the most, I think, is humility and also realness, which they kind of pair together very well. Not a question, but I just want to say your idea is great. I know it helped a lot of people. Love it. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Do you have any tips for anxiety or depression? I don't. And I am not going to sit here and try to come up with something. I've been through some depression myself, not a lot, but some. I think it makes more sense to ask this to the group chat where there's like multiple people. There's a better chance of someone relating to your case and a better chance of you really connecting with someone instead of asking me about it, because I honestly don't know. How I got through it is a lot of fighting for myself and doing things I knew that would help in some sort of small way. I guess that's a tiny piece of advice to give you, but fighting for yourself might mean something different for you than it did for me. I'm gonna stop there because that's all I got right now. I wish I had more to tell you, I really do. If you could live anywhere else in the world, where would it be and why? Probably someplace like Oregon, just because of the nature and the scenery and the landscape. I could never move somewhere beachy or that's like just a huge city, because that's just not me. I'm from Indiana, from the Midwest. I like the trees and the forests and the green grass and the creeks and the rolling hills. Like, that's just me. I think that answers it. I honestly don't really know. I've never been to Oregon. But it's probably someplace like that, someplace that's not beachy, not too far off from where I live now. Because here is home for me, and I personally love my home. How do you feel when you read the most heartbreaking submissions? I just get a huge urge to like scream in their face, it's going to be okay, and give them like some sort of, I don't know. I have reached out to people before, and I'm just like, no, like, this is how it is, like, you are so beautiful, like, listen, like, you don't need this, or something like that. But at the same time, I just want to go to them and sit down with them and pull them out of these situations that they're in. Some of them, like, they're in situations, it's not just like a mental thing, and they need to get out of them, and I'm like, you need to tell someone about this, you need to call someone, but I can't be there to make sure that they're doing that. It's not frustration, it's just like an feeling, like I just wish I could help them in a better way. But that's where I've learned to just step back and know that Dear Diary is my mission. That's what I'm supposed to do. Sharing their stories, bringing you guys together, creating a supporting, encouraging community. I'm helping way more of the masses this way, even though I know it's worth it to just help one person. It's just like, that's where I just get overwhelmed. I hope some of that made sense. What is your biggest struggle with the Dear Diaries? Probably what I just said. How do I get the courage to make a sound, to tell people how I feel? Most of the time, telling people how you feel is kind of one step towards getting yourself help and kind of like standing up for yourself. A lot of people know they need help. I'm realizing that reading these entries. Every single person knows that they need help. It's just that it's really hard to ask for it. Just tell yourself it's worth it. If you have told someone and they didn't react the way you thought and they kind of failed to help you, that has no reflection of your worth or how much you deserve to be helped. It just means that they failed to love you. It doesn't say anything about you. And all I can say is try again, fight for yourself. You're worth it, I promise. This isn't a question, but I wanted to send my diary entry to you, but I feel it's too long. You can send long ones because I am starting to read them on YouTube. Read the longer ones on YouTube because I'm trying to include everybody's. If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be? Love you, by the way. Love you too. You guys are gonna hate when I say this, but probably any type of selfishness that I have, because I can really be selfish sometimes. And of course you guys don't see it because you're seeing me through screens, but I definitely think I can struggle with that a little bit. When are you and your fiance gonna get married? December of 2020. This is probably the most asked question ever. What made you start Dear Diary? So I've always loved art and making videos. I wanted a creative outlet because I work full-time now and I kind of just wanted to get back into art and doing hobbies because you can kind of lose that as you get older. So I was in church one day and I was literally just praying to God. I was like, I feel like this is the right time for me to do something, to start a project, and I just want your guidance on what to do. Because I wanted to do the right thing. I felt it in my soul and in my heart that this was the right time to start something. I just didn't know what, but I felt it. Basically, right after I prayed in church, this idea came to me. And the thing is, I didn't expect a following at all. That wasn't even on my mind. I was gonna post on YouTube just to post things somewhere, but my initial thought was just making like little artsy montage videos and having fun with them. I just wanted them to mean something, which is why I was praying about it. So then I made a TikTok because I just needed some entries to work with. I expected to get like 20, and I was going to be okay with that because I would have entries to work with and actually make 20 meaningful videos, which is a lot. And I actually plan on like spending a month on each one and really getting into like cinematography and like filming and editing and making each one like really good because I am into video. That's the field I work full time in. But then my TikTok blew up and now I have over 15,000 entries. Totally unexpected, but I'm so grateful. Have you ever cried reading one of the diary entries? Yes. This is the last one. How do you not get depressed reading the diary entries? I don't read a lot at one time. That's the only solution. That's all the questions for now. If you have more, you can probably leave them in the comments and I can film another one of these if you want. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys probably on TikTok. Bye.